Welcome to All People's Church, Unitarian Universalist. My name is David Bindi, and I am one of your worship leaders today, along with Julie Hevelon. It's so good to see all of you today. Our Sunday service is a shared time of worship for all present, as we gather for music, for spoken word, a time of reflection and inspiration as a religious community. Let us come together in a spirit of compassion and respect for ourselves and for the others attending this service. So as long as we're in for respect, let's turn off our cell phones.
Money.
Oh, money for East Side. A special welcome to those who are visiting us today. If you haven't done so yet, please sign in at the visitors table, which is by the front door. You can sign up for our mailing list, receive our monthly newsletter, our weekly emails, and keep up with all the things that are going on in our church. And before we start the worship, I have a few announcements to make. Thank you to all those who donated last week to the can drive for Eastside Ministries. We gathered 124 cans of soup, and it's still going out in the lobby, so put $1 in the donation and put a can of soup in the cart, and let's fill the cart up again this week. And then they're also going to be taking some donations for underwear and some socks. Those are kinds of the things that are most needed for Eastside. So donations that you make to Eastside will also go to that. And as long as we're talking about Eastside, I'll remind you that the share of the plate is also shared with Eastside. So half of the money that is put in that's not designated to go to your pledges and things goes to support Eastside, which is for those of you who have volunteered and helped with Eastside, it's a fantastic way for us to serve our community because we don't have to do it as a single church, and people don't have to go to 5 or 6 different churches to get help. They can go to one establishment, Eastside, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful thing for our community. So now, today, we're having a little different kind of a worship service. We're going to be having some readings, congregational singings, and we're starting our hymn service as an introduction to a series that our worship committee has put together, a series of Sunday services to highlight the 7 existing principles of Unitarian Universalism, plus a proposed 8th that's in the work on the national level. If you're not familiar with the principles, they're in the front of the both hymnals. the teal hymnal and the gray hymnal. It lists all the different principles. So today we're going to be going through 4 of them with some readings and some songs, and then at another time we'll go through the next 4, and then later on the future services will be including focusing on one principle at a time and inviting different members of the congregation to share with you how they put meaning to those principles and why it matters, how we live our principles day by day. And this series will spread out over the course of this fall and into the winter, and we'll be asking some of you to participate and provide more information for you in coming weeks. For today, we hope you'll appreciate the chance to reflect on our actual principles. Sing soulfully, let the music into your hearts, listen to the meditations, and enjoy the principles. We invite you to settle into a spirit of worship and reflection as Misha presents a musical prelude. Before I begin the call to worship, there's a couple more announcements that I missed. The service option has been set for Saturday, November 6th at 6:30 p.m. So mark your calendars now and come to the All People's Party of the Year. Will there be dinner? That'll be November 6th on a Saturday. Okay, set aside the 1st November Saturday and the 2nd November Saturday. We might have a party on both of those. Regardless of the specific date, we still we'll need volunteers to pull the party off and to celebrate food, drinks, auction, fun, fellowship, a chance for you to outbid your neighbor and support the church in our biggest fundraiser each year is our service auction. So think of things that you might be able to donate for the auction. There'll be a silent auction, and where no one will know who you're outbidding. And then the live auction, when you can see who you're bidding against and then double down on it. There are lots of different things as a service auction, dinner parties, pool parties, babysitting, leaf raking, all the things that you would normally do for your friends, for your family, offer them up to do for your church community and your church family, and a chance to raise money and proceed social justice all over Tarrant County, because we need lots of it. There's donation forms and things to fill out in the lobby for all of that. So, let us call to worship. Let there be joy in our coming together. Let there be truth heard in the words we speak and the songs that we sing. Let there be help and healing for our disharmony and for our despair. Let there be silence for the voice within us and beyond us. Let there be joy in our coming together.
Our chalice lighting this morning, I don't have to speak through that, sorry. This is the mission of our faith, to teach the fragile art of hospitality, to revere both the critical mind and the generous heart, to prove that diversity need not mean divisiveness, and to witness to all that we must hold the whole world in our hands. Please join me, and you can stay seated for this as we recite our affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve others, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with creation. Thus do we covenant with one another.
Kennedy said, "As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live them." Our Share the Plate partner this month is Eastside Ministries, or Eastside Community Assistance. If the ushers will come forward, this morning's offertory will be gratefully received. Thank you for practicing what we preach. The inherent worth and dignity of every person. We have a responsive reading entitled A Litany of Withness by Reverend Philip Lund. And I would like to make this a congregational litany. And the response is, I'll go up just a little bit more. I am with you in this.
Back it up.
For to the,
Back it up.
and I'll let you go back just a little bit. I'm messing with the script, man. To the refugee family seeking a safe place for their children's dreams, I say, I am with you in this. To the trans teenager longing for a world that accepts them for who they are, I say, I am with you in this. To the black parents wondering when will the lives of their children truly matter, I say, I am with you in this. To the lonely, the frightened, the dispossessed, I say, I am with you in this. To the bullied, to the battered, and the broken down, I say, I am with you in this. To the hungry and to the homeless, to the silenced and the shamed, to the weary and the worried, I say, I am with you in this. To all those for whom your diseased heart is aching, we say, I am with you in this. And that is the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Please stand as you're willing and able, and we'll sing hymn number 113, 113, and we'll have the words up on the screen. Where is our holy church?
Our second principle is justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. And our reading is called Meditation on Peace by the Reverend Kendall Gibbons. Let us hold lovingly in our thoughts all the people of the earth, those who are consumed by mutual hatred and bitterness, those who make bloody war upon their neighbors, those who oppress their brothers and sisters with any form of tyranny, and all who suffer in subjection, cruelty, and injustice. Let us recognize our solidarity with all the outcast, the abused, the downtrodden, the deprived, and our common humanity with all who bear the responsibilities of leadership and power. Let us remember humanity's ancient and universal dream of peace, that we live together in harmony, no one exploiting the weak, no one hating the strong, each of us working out our own destiny, self-respecting and unafraid. May we seek to be worthy of freedom, free from institutional wrong, oppression, and contempt, pure of heart and hand, despising none, defrauding none, giving to all people in all encounters of life the honor due to those who, like us, are children of the earth's great love. Our hymn for the second principle is one that is new to our congregation, so Misha is going to play it through once for us first. It's in the Teal hymnal, number 1027. It's called When the Poor Ones. There's words in English and Spanish, and guess what? We're going to sing the English words. So, Misha. Oh, I guess we're not standing.
For ones who have nothing still are giving. When the thirsty has the cup water to share. When the wounded offer others strength and healing. We see God in our thoughts, walking away. We see God here by our side, walking our way. When compassion gives the suffering consolation, when expecting brings its birth hope that was lost. When we choose love, not the hatred all around us, we see God there by our sides, walking away. We see God here by our sides, walking our way. When our spirits like the chalice bringing goodness, when our voices full and clear sing of the truth, when our longings free from envy seek the humble, we see God here by our side, walking our way. We see God here by our side, walking our way. When the goodness poured from heaven fills our dwelling, when the nations work to change war into peace, when the stranger is accepted as our neighbor, we see God here by our side, holding away. We see God here by our side, holding away. At this time in our service, we pause to honor and to give time and attention to those things most important to us. We gather here for healing and for peace in our hearts and in the world, and honor our time together with the shared stories and news from the congregation. Each week there's a journal outside the entrance to the sanctuary where you can write a message of memory or hope. Also, at this time during our service, you are welcome to come forward and light a candle in our meditation center here at the side of the chancel. We offer our condolences to the family and all who love Reverend Christine Brownlee, who died last week after a struggle with Alzheimer's disease. Christine was a single mom of 2, serving as our DRE. She went to a seminary and was ordained in our church. She served congregations in Birmingham, Alabama, and Blacksburg, Virginia, before retiring. And do we have any stories from our book? We pause to remember the protests in Iran over the murder of a woman there by the secret police who and have covered the secret police that have caused the government to isolate the country from the internet, and it was the morality police that caused the death of this young woman, and we pause to remember her and all the people that are suffering from those sorts of things. We pause at this time to honor and hold in sorrow and celebrations among us, including those deeply felt but left unspoken. Now we ask you to settle comfortably, a pause for a few moments of quiet meditation to hold and uplift the sorrows and celebration, both spoken and unspoken, among us. Our celebrations and our sorrows, we offer them up. Misha?
Our third principle is the acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations. And our reading comes from Dr. Robert Broker. Our fellowship of freedom shares with the ancient Hebrews a sense of covenant towards a land of promise. Our fellowship shares with the philosophers of Greece a continuing discussion towards truth. Our fellowship cherishes the spirit of Jesus, love thy neighbor as thyself. Our fellowship cherishes the Reformation spirit, everyone shall be a priest. We keep the faith of Francis David of Transylvania. We need not think alike to love alike. We keep the faith of English and American prophets who struggled against the slavery of body and brain. We seek the tender compassion of the sages in India who held in all things a reverence for life. We seek the serenity and balance found in the meditations of China and Japan. Conscious of the sacrifices that are the price of freedom, we commit ourselves as a community, as pilgrims who seek, and as persons who serve. Please stand for our hymn celebrating our third principle, number 323 in the gray hymnal, Break Not the Circle. And the words, of course, are up here as well.
The fourth principle, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. The reading meditation on the fourth principle is by Elizabeth Tarbox. I thought I heard the voice of the Spirit cry, "Come and find me." You won't have to look hard. Come to where the ocean touches the shore. Find me in the bright light promise of morning on the waves. Look carefully at the bubbles breaking on the wet sand. There I am. Come find me. Turn over the glistening rock, slippery with its cushion of seaweed. Here I am. Hear the gulls crying news of the endless ocean. That is my news, my voice. lie with me in the tall green marsh grass. See my footprints in the sand where you have walked upon. Do not say I am lost, for you have found me. I am here. Our fourth principle, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Please stand to sing hymn number 145 as Tranquil Streams. Number 145. As we extinguish the chalice, may this flame that has brightened our time together warm our hearts. May it light our paths, and may it inspire our vision as we once again go our separate ways.
May the blessing of truth be upon us. May the power of love direct and sustain us. And may the peace of this community preserve our going out and our coming in until we meet again. May it be so. Everyone is invited to stay for coffee and conversation in the library.